So you guys might remember a couple weeks, maybe a month ago, something like that, we did a Tuesday morning tech tip. And, well, actually, I think we did a whole video followed up by a Tuesday morning. It was, guys, it was a thing, all right? But, yeah, it was a Friday. I took off, went up to Baltimore, sat in traffic, got full of mud, carrying parts in the rain, all that stuff, right? And I was pretty pissed off, and I was, it killed my motivation, like, for the whole weekend, and even maybe even longer. I let it get to me way more than I should have. But if I only knew then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have worried about it. That's what I want to share with you on this week's Tuesday morning tech tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. Sure, you guys remember. I think the video was parts run bust, like buyer's remorse is real, right? And it started out, Nick had sent me an ad on Facebook on the marketplace, you know, because that's what we all live and die by, for some doors for this truck. And then I looked further into the guy's profile because he had a lot of parts for sale. And turns out he had the same color truck. It was a 3/4 ton. He had a bumper that looked better than this one. This one looks good from this angle. I'll show you a little while why it's not. The doors were like mint. Oh, look, there they are. They're right there. And they are in awesome shape, guys. Not that mine aren't. My right side is in decent shape. The left has some rust that I showed you on one of the videos. I think it's repairable. Nick actually bought the door bottoms like to weld in because he got a little parts crazy, I think. No, he already did the quarters. Not the quarters. This doesn't have quarters. The cab corners and the rockers, which I've mentioned probably 600 or 700 times. But, so I think he probably got a package deal or just, hey, let's knock it all out, which ain't nothing wrong with that. What else does the guy have? Well, some of the parts are still in the bed. Let's look. The different headliner with the, see the A-pillars, the headliner. Then he threw in visors and speaker grills and all sorts of stuff. So if you look inside this guy, see there's metal in there. Like there's not the molding going up and, you know, all the way around there. I have the headliner, it's just the centerpiece though. This was like a model, trim model up. It was still a work package, a work truck or whatever, but there was way more. If you look, let me flip you around. What am I trying to do here? So let's flip this guy up. And you see this piece of molding here, right? Well, the next model level up, there's this little trim hole right here. It clips in, it covers this whole thing. And then I think there's supposed to be some carpet or something back there. I have not seen one with it yet. I've well, not up close and personal. I've heard rumors. But like I was saying, you see, we just got a speaker grill. This is the bottom of the line, guys. Like the only option this thing has is an automatic. So obviously we had the crappy seat before, we got the nice one. Oh my God, did he actually lube the hinges? We're doing things. Anyways, guys, there was all this other stuff that I thought I wanted, right? It looked cool in that picture. I went and got it. It was way dirtier than I thought, which I'm not mad at the guy, and I said in that video. He described everything perfectly. I just had this like weird thing that I was going to save the world and fix everything. It happens. All right. So you see the parts are dwindling because I did have the corner pieces. I had the thing that went across the bottom. I had all sorts of stuff. I realized I wasn't going to use any of it. The more I looked at it, the more I said I really like the simplicity of the interior I have, with the exception of a nicer seat. So that's what we did. This stuff right now is still currently listed on Facebook, but let me show you over here. There used to be some parts here, some parts here, more parts on the hood of that thing. I had parts everywhere, guys. And I mean, it was getting pretty tight in here, which is saying something because it is a pretty big building. But guys, people always say it. the bigger shop you have, the more crap you collect. No truer words have ever been spoken. All right, so we're dwindling it down though, and I got rid of a couple other things. You might notice that the wheel emporium over there is starting to dwindle, and all for good reason. I feel like a little weight's been lifted, and yeah, I probably didn't need to worry about things as much as I did. But we're going to sit down and talk about it, because if I'd even done this a little bit better than I did, I would have been even more gooder. No, more better. You get it. Shape. Before I threw that last minute word salad together, I almost forgot I was going to tell you why this bumper is not as great as it looks. It is. I love the work truck bumper doesn't have the impact strip, which I think is super clean. I don't like the tow hooks, and that's easy to take care of. But we got that. Little rust hole. This chrome plate is coming off. It's not really easy to see when it's on the ground because it's lowered and whatnot. It's the bottom. We're gonna press forward until we find the bumper we want. But yeah, that's why I wanted to grab another one. I probably should do some more cleaning in this region over here. We have parts left from the van that I don't know if I'm ever going to use. I mean, I took those buckets right there because, well, we actually used some parts to put that together. So it's actually good. This front bumper is in perfect shape, but I don't have a van. I don't know if it'll fit a square body truck or something. Maybe I'll look into that. Maybe we'll list that next. The radiator seems to be good. Maybe it'll fit in this truck. I'll probably just throw that in the back room. Who am I kidding? It never hurts to have a small block water pump or starter on hand, so we'll hold on to those. Probably put that grill on the wall. Maybe I'll put that needs to go back on the Tundra, that skid plate there. But as you guys know, I've been trying to clean up a little bit, and we've been doing pretty good with it. I think it's you can actually walk in here. There's some room for activities, you know, right in there, and we're actually cleaning our shelf up. What do you guys think that's for? So I told you guys in that video I made, not the original video, but the tech tip about how I screwed up and shouldn't have bought these parts. I said what I should have done was nothing, right? Because I was feeling a certain way about a truck I had lost before that I wanted to get as a parts truck, and then I just started grabbing for stuff, right? And then impulse buy, I ended up with all these parts, and I was super, super frustrated. I'm sure it definitely bled into the video, both videos of it, and maybe even a couple afterwards. Guys, it almost made me lose a little bit of motivation on this truck because I thought I had this great plan going forward, and then I made a bad turn, and here I am, right? But it turns out it wasn't as bad as I thought. And guys, it's usually not, right? So I didn't do anything for a couple weeks, maybe even longer than that. And then I started cleaning up around here. I said, man, I don't need this. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. You guys might notice in the back room there, I had a tour pack. It was like a razor, like the really thin tour pack for the Road Glide. I bought it a year ago, maybe a little longer than that, maybe closer to 2. Nah, probably about a year ago. That's irrelevant. But I actually bought that the same day I bought those 24-inch transport wheels that I had, well, up in there. Yeah, they were in law for a while, and I was going to put them on the old 60. I'm getting off track. Either way, I bought these things with all these grand plans of doing all this stuff. I'm going to put those rims on whatever truck I was planning on putting them on, and I was going to, paint the tour pack to match the Road Glide, and things were going to be great. Great deal on both of them, so I'm not, not upset about it. Things change. That's where I seem to have a problem. When things start to change, and I make jokes all the time of like, oh, you got to have a schedule so this way you got something to deviate from or whatever. And that is true. And I'm usually pretty good at deviating. However, I don't get it out of my mind. So then I dwell on it, and that's what happens. Next thing you know, you got parts piling up and in some cases, cars out there piling up because I still got that idea, right? So I decided to start small and start getting rid of some things. So I listed that tour pack. Actually, first I listed the wheels when I was just slinging wheels out of here like it was going out of style. And I put those wheels up at a great price, and they were gone in less than a day. So maybe a really great price. As for the guy that lives down the block, right? And then I listed that tour pack, and I just got rid of that. It was a guy on the base. Actually, I took it to work, and leaving work, I dropped it off at his hangar. Nice guy, So it was great. He's buying a bike. He's got his is all full custom. He's buying a couple years old or whatever. So he's actually getting that thing to match the bike. So he's got it works out perfect for him because I've had it sitting here for a year. I'm clearly not going to paint it and put it on my bike. I've been to Montana and back. I've been to Florida and back, and I did not have that tour pack. I don't think I need it. There you go. So it's just taking up room. We still got the ghetto tour pack over there. So don't you guys worry. If I really need something, I got something. And old Wade hooked me up with that one. And so did Ace with some $6 spray paint. It almost matches the bike. So good enough for me. For the amount of time it spends on there, right? So I think I was focusing on the wrong things. I sold another set of wheels that I had up there forever. I actually bought for that Dodge truck out there. I realized it's a wrong Mopar bolt pattern. They're gone. Somebody's using them with brand new tires on them that were just, I don't want to be that guy, right? That's just sitting on all these parts. I'm going to use them one day. No, you're not. You're not. All right. So I listed some of these parts. I listed the seat that we took out of this thing. That was beat, right? You guys saw it. I think I got a picture. We'll probably throw it up. It was, and actually, it wasn't beat. As Kevin was saying, building Roy, 60-year-old Chaz would have fixed that seat. He would have got Mom's sewing kit and some kind of burlap and sewed it together and shampooed it. And guys, it probably would have came out pretty damn good because one of my specialties is polishing a turd. So we've proven that on this channel a couple times. So I definitely would have done that. And I put it up on there for $75, something like that. And dude came and picked it up. Super cool guy, Harley guy. Got a 50, I think he says a 58 Chevy truck. Has the OBS seat in it, but had the moldings, kind of like this one, like has for this, your cutout where you sit at. On the back, put him in the wrong spot, right? So he saw that and was like, and he just had the seat recovered and everything. He showed me pictures, beautiful. But with the way that the molds, he's not centered in front of the wheel. So he's like, man, I'm going to take the back of the seat, de-hog ring his cover that he just had done, put it on the back of that one, and he's good to go. So he didn't even need the seat bottom. I said, man, that is awesome. That's somebody thinking outside the box. And it's not being cheap, guys, because let me tell you, this truck was not put together cheaply. It was a beautiful, all custom suspension, fuel injection, all that kind of stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous truck. You can show me all the pictures. But why go spend the money you don't got to, right? So by me recycling that seat, now he's got that taken care of. And it kind of found money for me because, honestly, I was going to throw it in the back of the Dodge and have the old scrap man come scoop her up. Sorry, Ian. Yeah, I'm going to cost you a couple bucks there, but it lives on, and this guy got a good deal, and he's got his stuff fixed, right? So I said, oh, that's cool. Well, I had all those plastic pieces. So a guy hits me up, hey, man, I want to come get that stuff. Come on by. This guy was super cool, energetic as hell. We talked in here for about an hour, and then, he's like, the guy was we're talking. He's like, hey, is there beer in that fridge? I said, there absolutely is, buddy. So just awesome, right? He had the cleanest OBS I think I've ever seen. It was a 2-wheel drive, single cab long bed. It was dropped. It was on some Camaro wheels. He bought it the way it was. And he's just kind of doing some things. It was like a black cherry and just, God, you popped the hood on that thing, you could eat off the intake. It was beautiful. All original, had 350 in it. He had some things he changed on. The guy had super loud exhaust, so he put nice exhaust, sounded great. And he was changing some interior stuff. It was all red, and the black cherry didn't match. He was shooting some things black, and he was putting a custom stereo together. And, well, he cut some of the plastic that he didn't mean to cut. We've all been there. And he's like, man, I just need a couple of these pieces. So he got those side pieces and the big piece that went across the back. Different color, but he's shooting it all black anyways. So the fact that they were kind of dingy looking and the colors still didn't match anymore because of the way they faded, didn't matter. Perfect for him, right? So those are going in his truck, and that truck had black bucket seats in it, console. That's going to look awesome. And actually, you know what? He did not have the carpet piece on there, but, well, he had it, but not had it on there. That's why I said I've heard rumors. But that thing came out great, right? So, well, it's coming out great because the rest of the truck is amazing. I can only imagine when he gets it all done. Then just this morning, I had the bumper sitting over there that I bought. That wasn't what I wanted. It honestly, I think the one that's on the truck is in better shape. So I said I'm just going to leave this as it is, and I put that on there. So a guy comes by, retired Navy dude. So we were talking a little bit, right? And he scoops it up. He's got a OBS. It's his daily driver usually. It's taken apart right now because that happens. But it had a 4.6 drop on it and all that. So he's like, I don't care about those couple little marks on there because you ain't going to see it. It's on the ground. Awesome. He's like, yes, you know, he liked the smooth bumper. He's like, I don't want to pay. He actually had a really cool idea. The 3500, 2500s had some, I think this was for the turbo maybe or something. On each side license plate had like a hole, like a breather hole. And he thought that'd be really cool on that truck. And I said, oh, I never thought about that. He said, well, he went to buy them. They were super expensive, you know, $300-400, if not more. So he's like, I'm gonna wait till I can find one in the junkyard, but I'll throw this on there right now because the one I got's bent and rusted and this and that. So, cool. So between selling a couple of things, actually I got the bezel over there. Guys coming tomorrow to pick that up. So basically all I really have left from the original, from that buy, because that seat was out of this truck. That's not included, but the two doors I still have, and a couple pieces of trim in the headliner, sun visors, stuff like that. Because the other guy, the guy with the maroon truck or black cherry, whatever it was, he took the seat belts and some other things because he painted them, hoping like that there was a different. He thought he had a different type of dye, and it messed them all up. But so he took those so he could dye them the right way to be black, rather. So it's a whole thing. But he's got them. He did try to. This is where you got to be honest with people, right? If you know something, don't take advantage of him. Because he was going to buy the headliner. He's like, oh, I can just recover it. That's because he had painted his with that same dye that he thought was going to work, but it didn't, and it kind of coming off. So I said, well, if you're going to buy mine, you might as well just recover yours. And he's like, he was excited to just get parts. And I was the same exact way, right? So I related to this. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll get that too. I was like, dude, you got one there. Just recover that. Oh, man, good idea. And then he's like, well, I've never done it. I told him how to do it. Of course, I referred him to my video where I did it for the Suburban. And he's like, man, I might bring it by here. Bring it by here, man. I'll help you out. I don't care. That'd be great. He's a good guy. So with me listening to stuff and all that kind of thing, first off, I met 3 local guys that are into the same things I'm into, and we got each other's numbers now, so, you know, we can help each other out with parts or whatever. So that, can't put a price on that. That's just awesome. That's just car club, car culture, community, whatever you want to call it, helping each other out. So that's awesome. Money-wise, I'm almost back to where I didn't pay anything for those parts, you know? And I still got the doors left over there that they're probably worth a couple $100 a piece, provided I don't use them. I'm definitely not changing them before the tailgate tour. I'm going to think about it, like I said, take my time. They're sitting there, not cost me anything. They're kind of out of the way. So when I get back from the tour, and I'll think about everything I want to do to this truck, because by that time I'm going to know this truck pretty well. I'll be living in this thing for a week and some change. So I'm going to know it, and I'll know everything I want to do. That's when I'll make that decision. And I won't get rid of those doors until either I repair these or I just replace them with those. Either way, I'm ready to go. I'm hardly out any money at this point in the game. And, well, if you know anybody that needs a grill or some interior parts, they're listed right now, and I'm pretty much giving them away. So I think everybody wins. So I made this video and told you all that stuff just to basically tell Nick, because after I put that last video out, Nick sent me a text. Oh, man, I feel like crap. I should have sent that to you, man. You know, went down a rabbit hole. Was not his fault in the first place. I put myself down that rabbit hole. And Nick, don't sweat it, buddy, because I'm making out pretty well on it. I mean, like, you know, I'm not trying to get rich off it or anything like that. I'm just trying to get it back out there, get people to use it. People are going to be able to finish their projects because of the decisions I made to buy that stuff. And I think I did the right thing, because that guy was sitting with that stuff for a while and nobody was really coming to get it. So, I mean, maybe there's more people building stuff around here or something like that. Whatever it might be, it's out there. People are using it, and I hardly got anything left. If I play my cards right, the doors might be free. I don't know. That would be wild. But that's how this stuff works out, man. You know, so it's going to be a roller coaster anytime you're doing project stuff. But roll with it. Try not to take it personal. Try not to get crazy about it. And how's that saying go? This too shall pass. So that stuff has passed, and I think we're on to better times. Hopefully, right? Man. Well, stick around. We'll find out together, guys. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and list those parts. I'm looking at them right over there. And, hey, maybe that van can continue to help us out. Thanks for watching, guys. Before I let you go, the guy said I was like, hey, is there beer in that fridge over there? He showed up with this. First off, the color was funny. Well, it actually looks blue on here. It's actually a tape. It's super close to this one, but you wouldn't know it right now. He's like, hey, I saw you had a motorcycle in the background, one of your pictures. Talk about the shovel head over there, and if you guys haven't noticed, there's no front fender on it. So he's like, hey, I don't know, maybe you could use this. I ain't gonna use it, I just had it laying around. Here, so he just gave it to me. So of course I gave him a great deal on the parts he wanted, and it's not gonna fit the shovel, nor do I want to put it on there, but you gotta love car people, man. Just always trying to help each other out.